What's going on, guys? Welcome to my match reaction. The game finished. Brighton won, Arsenal won. There's some massive talking points which I'm going to get over in a minute, and obviously then we're going to go over the weekend results as well, because I'm recording this after Liverpool played Manchester United. Just wanted to calm down for a minute, but I did obviously do my match reaction over on my TikTok page. If you're not already following me there, go over and see what I had to say in regards to the controversial in the Brighton versus Arsenal game. But most importantly, guys, if you're new around here, please hit that like and subscribe button. It goes a long way in supporting my channel. So let's get straight into it. I've calmed down a little bit since the Brighton and Arsenal game. As I said, I did give my initial reaction on my TikTok page. As I did say to you guys, I do normally do short content over on my TikTok, predominantly, obviously, instant match reaction and all that good stuff. So, but overall, what did I think of the game, Brighton game versus Arsenal? Let's be honest about it. It wasn't the best of performance from Arsenal. Great play from Wanyeri to have obviously gotten the goal. But let's be honest, like the way Arsenal played in that game, we just looked tired. It looked like we've been playing, we have, let's be honest, a game every 3 to 4 days over this festive period. But with all the injuries and all the illnesses sort of surrounding the camp at the moment, the players just looked like they had no ideas. They were lost for ideas. It was just sort of pass it back. And it was just like they just wanted to get through that game. They just wanted to play through that game. They didn't look like they were really energetic and then really wanted to win that game, in my opinion. It was one of those games where had it been we'd gone away and won it 1-0, it'd have been one of those, oh, you got away with one there. You didn't play great. You didn't play well, but you got the 3 points. But that was not to be. Mr. Anthony Taylor decided to make it all about himself. I just feel like almost every other week now, we're talking about refereeing decisions. We're talking about controversials, whether it's in an Arsenal game or in another game. There was 2 penalties yesterday. There was one that was given and one that wasn't. And one that should have been given and one that wasn't. One in the Brighton game, one in the Arsenal. Not in the Arsenal. One in the Brighton game and one in the Tottenham game. The Newcastle-Tottenham, the golden one, in my opinion, that should have been a penalty. That was not given. The one in the Brighton versus Arsenal game, that shouldn't have been a penalty, and it was given. No way in this world that was a penalty. I've never seen a penalty of that caliber, of that nature, given ever in my lifetime of watching football. Anthony Taylor took his time. Fair enough. Took his time. Took what, 4-5 seconds? And then decided to blow the bloody whistle. I was watching, I was like, did he just give a penalty? And let's be honest, once he makes an on-field decision, VAR are not going to overturn it unless there's a clear and obvious error in his decision, which obviously VAR didn't seem to think that it was. Took them, what, 3-4 seconds? Checked it, cleared it, yep. Anthony Taylor got it right. Honestly, I was just like, are you kidding me? This is what the game has become. We are giving penalties for clash of heads. As I said, I did my instant reaction on my TikTok page, and a lot of people have said anywhere else on the pitch, that's a foul. If it had been a case of he got in with his foot and it was late, that's a foul. All of this ifs and buts. And this is what I mean. When it comes to refereeing decision, it's subjective, right? But the referee decided to make a decision on this occasion and give a penalty. What was more embarrassing was Joao Pedro's reaction. He was wobbling on the floor like a fish that just got taken out of his fish tank and was trying to survive. And then 2 seconds later, he gets up and takes the penalty. I was just like, why does it always have to be Arsenal? Why is it always Arsenal that we get a lot of all this decision going against us? As I said, let's be honest, we weren't playing well, but it was one of those games that you would have thought, if Arsenal get away with this 1-0, because in the second half, both teams didn't look like scoring. It was one of those games where let's just get through the game. And if it ends 1-0, great. If it ends 1-1, But Anthony Taylor decided to make it all about himself. And then we drop points. Then we're further back behind than we wanted to be. Then it was a case of, let's wait for the Liverpool-Manchester United game. Everybody, including myself, thought, Liverpool are playing at home. Manchester United haven't won in their, last 4 or 5 games. Liverpool are going to batter them. Everyone thought that. I thought it. There's been a lot of speculation, a lot of memes throughout the week. This is going to be an 8-0 and 11-0. Liverpool are going to smack them up. Credit to Manchester United. I'm not going to talk too much on this game, but Man United, they did well. And I had a funny feeling they'll step up tonight. And they did. Went up 1-0, went down 2-1, and then came back. They could have won it last minute, actually. Harry Maguire just skied it. Typical defender shot. But they did us a favour, so we're back to square one. Because yesterday, after the Brighton game, everyone said, yep, that's the title over. Title's done. Forget it. Liverpool have won it. They're running away with it. They're going to batter Manchester United. Then they've still got a game in hand. And then it's going to be a case of they're going to be about 11 points ahead. There's no way you're catching them then. But basically, whereas we were yesterday, let's be honest about it. So, yes, they've still got a game in hand. But they're about 5 points ahead of us now, give or take? So, it's still a lot to play for. 18 games left in the Premier League. And I did say in my match preview that Arsenal can't afford to drop points. And we can't. I said it as well. There were 19 games left at the time. We can only afford to drop points in maybe one game. That one game is gone. That's it. Done. In the rest of the 18 games, we almost have to be near enough perfect. We can't drop no more points. We can't draw any more games. We can't lose any more games. And you know the worst thing is, a lot of the time that we've drawn games this season, there's always been a controversial talking point. Brighton at home, Brighton away, Fulham, Everton. Those ones, I mean, let's be honest, we didn't really play well. But there's some other games. Bournemouth, when we lost 2-0 earlier in the season with the Saliba one. If you had gone that way, everyone would have, I understand. If you had gone that way, everyone would have, 50-50. But if they're stuck with the on-field decision, then Saliba stays on the field, we probably would have gone on to win that game. So that's like 3 incidents already this season that's cost us. All the other games, Fulham game, there wasn't really much of a talking point. The Everton game, pretty much nothing happened. Newcastle, when we lost, nothing really happened in that game. Let's be honest, we were crap. We played crap. We deserved to lose. But all these ones where we've drawn games, I think we've drawn like 7 games this season now. Only lost 2. And there's been a lot of talking points in at least 3 or 4 of them. And it's just like, when is it going to stop? Like, for example, when Declan Rice got a red card earlier in the season against Brighton, they said he kicked the ball away, delaying of a restart. Okay, yellow card. Højlund done the same thing against Liverpool today. The exact same thing. He kicked the ball even slightly further. Nothing happened. Michael Oliver thought, I'm not going to give. He didn't mean to kick it away. Even though Howard Webb came and mic'd up and said, they've told players to leave the ball. Don't get involved once the referee has blown his whistle. And what does he do? Kicks the ball away. No yellow card. And this is what we're asking for. Everyone keeps saying Arsenal fans complain too much. But the referees are giving us something to complain about because there is no consistency in the refereeing in this country. All the referees in this country, call me crazy. Since we won the Invincibles, I just have this feeling like the Premier League, the PGMO world, they've got something against Arsenal. They don't want us to win nothing. Call me crazy, but I can't help but have that feeling or shift it. Because that's just what it is. It's like every time we try to build momentum or try to win a game, nothing ever goes for us. Nothing. Similarly, last season in the Aston Villa game when we lost, I think 1-0 away to Aston Villa, right? Douglas Luiz kicks Gabriel Jesus in the penalty box. They didn't give a penalty. This one is just a little header. A clash of heads and they give a penalty. It's just embarrassing and it's just getting frustrating. And I'm sure this is probably not going to be the last time this season we're going to have a massive controversial incident in an Arsenal game. I bet you any money it's not going to be. There's going to be another one in the next 18 Premier League games. Something is going to happen in our games and then something else will happen similarly. It'll be a different result, a different outcome because it's always Arsenal. But listen, we're still in the title race. I don't care what anyone says. After the Liverpool's draw tonight against Manchester United, yes, we are still in a title race. We're sitting second at the moment. Nottingham Forest still got their game to play on Monday Night Football. They're playing Wolves away. The likelihood is they're going to beat them. Then they're going to be joint second with Arsenal if they do get that 3 points. The only reason why we're going to stay second is because of our goal difference. And obviously, Chelsea also drew against Crystal Palace as well. So, they're dropping more points. I mean, we're not really concentrating on them anyway, but it's just more frustrating. I just feel like every time Liverpool drop points, we don't capitalize on it. We don't. It's like they draw, we draw. They draw, we draw. They drop points, we drop points. Never capitalizing on it. Never. And it's so frustrating. It's the season that Manchester City decided to fall off. Liverpool rises and Arsenal also basically copy Manchester City. And they're thereabouts. But yeah, we move. Got who we got next now? We've got Newcastle next midweek. Newcastle midweek in the Carabao Cup. And then we've got Manchester United in the FA Cup next weekend. So those are our next couple of games. Going to be another tough couple of games. Just a quick shout out to Ethan Nwaneri. Obviously, he came off a halftime through muscle injury. Such a shame because he was having such a good game. Another one, Odegaard, didn't really have the best of games in my opinion. Again, there were speculations to say that he was ill. Havertz is not back. He's still off sick. Let's see what happens. And I just feel like Partey playing right back is just not working. We need to stop. I know we don't have an out-and-out right back apart from Timber right now to cover, but whenever Partey plays on a right back position, and I've said this enough, I said this in my preview that I would rather Arteta have started Lewis Skelly on right back. It sounds crazy, but the fact is when you look at the stats, right? Whenever Partey plays on right back, Arsenal drop points. Go and check it out. Check it out. But whenever he's back in his natural position, we win more points. It's just facts. So I just feel like Partey, right back, that experiment is to stop. This January transfer window, are we actually going to make any signings? Only God knows. Right now, up to me, I'll be saying go for Mohamed Kudus. He's my number one player in this transfer window to go for right now. Probably West Ham, there's speculations to suggest West Ham at 180 to 85 mil. I will spend that. Get that. Because Saka's going to be out for the next 2-3 months. Nwaneri can't play there. He came off at half time with a muscle injury. So what? Martinelli came on. What did he do? Nothing. We need to recruit in this January transfer window if we want to win any trophy this season. Otherwise, it's going to be another trophyless season and it's going to be a long summer again. And I'm tired of it. But yeah, up to Newcastle. Next game, Newcastle at home, I believe it is, in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. It's going to be a tough game. Probably another sort of rotation in the squad. So let's see how that one goes. We'll be doing my match preview in regards to that. So yeah, until the next one, guys. Like I said, if you're new around here, hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to share the video. And I'll speak to you guys on the next one. Take care.